Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over a new event. It's going to be the sun, or the red giant, basically. And this event tends to increase heat, and some people might be wondering, how do I deal with this? I'm going to show you my way, and the way that I do it, it usually does require to know that it's coming. You might actually be able to do it as well if you could hear it or see it, or you have an early inkling. It is a little bit difficult to handle if you're getting to it too late, but you might still survive. You just will probably go into the red a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and dive into this. Let me just quick change these containers so we're not too much worried about that because we want to be focusing on the event. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start this event. It's called the Red Giant here, and when you see it on your thing, it'll say star detected, temperature rising. What I like to do, and this is a controversial, I'm sure there's many solutions. I'm simply going to show you the one that I know works and is relatively safe. This one just costs some battery power, but it does keep you in a good spot. What I do is when I do see it coming, and I'm like, oh, okay, a star is coming. What I will do is bring this down. I will turn this off. And the reason I'll turn this off after I go ahead and turn this off is because I want the temperature to drop with the atomic pile off, because the atomic pile is one of the heaviest items to produce energy. We don't need the pressure system on. So one of the things that uses the most amount of heat is the atomic pile. So by turning it off, our temperature is going to drop. And we can denote that over here. As you can see, my pod atmo temperature is slowly dropping. And we want to be ready for that. You do want to have a battery in here. This is the temperature control unit, because this is going to be a battery operation. So we'll have that. We do want to keep these things running as necessary. I'm just going to cycle these on and off to minimize the battery usage because we are running full battery. And we're going to do that. Let me go ahead and get my battery out of here. I normally don't keep the batteries in these. They're in sandbox though, so I have it set up properly. So normally I have most of my extra battery storage going on in here. The vent's already started. As soon as you see the light, what I do is I turn this on. You'll see the temperature is rising. This is the unit that's going to cool the atmosphere, and it may not. It's not going to stop the rise, but it will reduce the speed at which it goes up long enough for you to make it through the event, hopefully. And here you can see that we're now not too bad on pod atmo temperature. So we're making it, and I'm just going to turn these on to get my breathability back up. And yeah, basically you don't, it's hard to explain, but usually I cycle through it with these units because what happens with these is that once they reach the par, basically when this uses 0.6, it's using the same amount of power but doesn't require as much power. So you end up using energy waste when you reach your target, right? So you're better off letting it go off a little bit and then turning it on so that it uses the full power to bring your values to stable, and you won't have as much energy loss. Okay, and this is the sun. It normally goes like this. It's going down. All right. Yeah, this is normally what you would experience. And as you see, my pod atmo temperature is still holding. Breathability, I occasionally need to get to that, so I'll do this again. Okay. And yeah, we're just holding out. So basically, because the atomic pile is not producing any energy, there are other options. Obviously, you could reduce your power needs by a drastic amount, causing the atomic pile to put out less power. That's also a possible solution. However, I prefer this solution because it produces the least amount of heat and helps me to maintain. The sun is pretty much over. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the X on this so it doesn't repeat. And I want to wait for the temp event. Okay, it does end pretty soon. But yes, as soon as the temp event ends, so when you're in a normal like scenario or whatever, you'll hear the crackling sound. That's just a sign that it's almost over. It's not technically over. You'll know it's over when this temperature gauge starts going down, like it is now. That's when you know it's truly over. So don't go ahead turning things on until you actually see the temp drop at least a few degrees. So you know that you're now able to keep up with the heat generation. And then once that happens, you can go ahead and turn your systems back on. Again, when you turn systems on, it takes a while for the power to catch up. So you will want to not panic until everything's until the power is heated up. So I'm gonna turn that on. This is all on. That's on. Yeah, everything seems to be on now. So this is off. That's the only thing that really can be bugged is this. Yeah, because the battery's dead. So this one gets bugged often. I don't know why. But I can't turn it on yet, can I? No. I won't be able to turn it on until this goes all the way up. And hush. Hush. So you might see systems not working like this display and whatnot, but that's because the red line here, this atomic pile, hasn't quite put the amount of voltage and current out that we need. So we would have to wait, as always, for this to heat up to the blue line. Once this reaches up to the blue line, then everything should be functioning normally unless we have malfunctions in other devices, which you'd have to look at the error list for, as you'll see here. You'll also see things will probably show that they're running on battery until power is normal, like this. Now that the power is normal, everything should be working. The one thing I said in another video, I know when I was going over this, is this, if your battery is dead on this monitor tends to bug. This monitor is not off. It's in some kind of blank mode, so if you just hit F, you can see that it switches. So it is on. It's just there's a bug. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, here's the error lists. Everything's working. We can turn it to the statuses, and everything's back to normal. Alright guys, well, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was a good learning experience for you. Whether you see me or don't, everyone, have a good one. Take care.